The next habit to keep men weak is current events and news, and I'm telling you, it is done deliberately. They plan things, and by the way, it's usually around the same time that they're passing some bill or some law that is draconian, that is tyrannical, that is pushing the world in a worse direction, and just around that time, they'll have some new celebrity drama or some new event, something to keep you distracted, anything for you to argue about us versus them. And this sounds very, very harsh, but the worst part is they want you to believe that your opinion matters when quite frankly, it doesn't. Because listen to me, your wife still works when she doesn't want to. Your mother is in an old person's home rather than living in a massive mansion with you and the rest of your family, and instead you want to spend all your life and energy talking about Russia versus Ukraine when you live in the West. It has nothing to do with you. Shame on you. Listen to me very clearly. This is going to be extremely harsh, but you need to hear it. The only way you can make a change in this world is through influence or money, and if you have neither, then shut the fuck up and save yourself first. And once you save yourself, then save your family. And once you save your family, save your friends. And once you've done that, save your community. And if you have checked off all of those boxes, then and only then you can hear about the current events in the news and actually make an impact. But until you've done all of that, stop arguing about useless stuff that you will have no change, no effect on. If you want to stay poor, keep watching the news. News is propaganda, and news is simply there to keep you arguing about the same old because, quite frankly, why do you care about North Korea and their laws? Your mother still works. She's not retired. She should be enjoying her last few decades on this earth, and instead you want to sit there and write stupid tweets about Qatar and all of these geopolitical issues. Shut the fuck up. Shame on you. King, wake up. You have real work to do, and this applies to YouTube. By the way, if your YouTube subscription box or your recommended channels are all of these reaction channels and these HAPITS channels that are perpetuating everything that's wrong with the world, well then, quite frankly, you have an issue. You need to cut out the noise. Listen. If your friend wants to have a heated argument about whether Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock and your mother still works, politely excuse yourself from the table and get back to work. And if you're on YouTube, get the home feed blocker. You need 3 to 5 quality channels that you follow because quite frankly, everything else is noise. The next habit, keeping men both weak and poor, is video games, and I'm going to sit here and you can tell me all of your excuses and all the reasons why. Please go for it. You can write in the comments about how it helps you socialize and how it helps you relax. Gentlemen, everyone gets their sense of self-worth from somewhere. So why not get it from the real world? We are literally living in sins. You can continuously wake up every single day and upgrade your character. I really want you to zoom out and look at yourself from the third perspective while you play video games. Just really imagine it in your head. Do you look heroic? Do you look like the hero in your own story? Now compare the way that you look in the third person when you hit a crazy workout or when you get an amazing few hours of work in. That's going to further you to your goals. And now that is something to be proud of. You need to be the hero in your own story. I need you to start living as if God is watching at all time, because quite frankly, He is. And there's no way that you can tell me, if you're being truly honest, that video games make you a stronger person. Now, last habit that is keeping you weak is poor sleep hygiene. When it comes to sleep hygiene, and that's really what it is, hygiene, you need to focus on the easy win. So remove all the lights from your bedroom. Try to get blackout curtains, any low red dot or anything emitting light. Put black tape over it, and if you still have too much light coming in, well then consider getting a high quality sleep mask. It will suck for the first few days and weeks, but in the long run it's going to be worth it. My next recommendation is a weighted blanket, preferably something that's 10% your body weight. I optimize all areas of your sleep. The weighted blanket was the one thing I actually didn't try for years, and once I implemented it, I immediately noticed a big increase in my deep sleep. So give it a try. You can find the most weighted blankets out there for $30 to $40, $50. Try it out. Give it a couple weeks to get used to it, and if you don't like it, who cares? It was $50. The temperature is also a massive thing. I know some people like to sleep with it a little warmer, but just try to continuously decrease the temperature and make it colder and colder. The colder the room, the better where your sleep is going to be. The next thing is trying to remove all blue lights at night. It's not a matter of how much time you spend in bed. The most important thing is how much deep and REM sleep do you get. So if all this sounds a little intense or a little too much, okay, you have your fun. Go to bed and spend 8 hours in your bed. And let some other person spend 6 hours and get twice as much quality sleep as you. Which means they're going to have significantly more energy, more testosterone, more ability to build and maintain muscles. Start your journey by simply browsing your own interest, and here is a video about cheap dopamine.